As a leader, you can't let unspeakable conflicts just sit there and fester. You have to create a structure for people to face them directly. Notice what this manager did. She prepared people individually. She gave them a positive script to start with. She set simple, useful ground rules. She reminded them that strengths can double as weaknesses. And then she stepped back so they could own the resolution. That's real leadership.
Welcome to the BetterCulture podcast, where we make the clear connection between better culture and better business. This podcast is for leaders who want to build stronger teams, drive thriving companies, and enjoy your leadership role along the way. Now here's your host, Brett Hoogeveen, a leadership and culture aficionado, keynote speaker, and co-founder of BetterCulture.
Today's podcast is a quick lesson on leadership. We call these episodes FastBlasts. And the goal is to share something useful in 10 minutes-ish or less. Today's Leadership FastBlast is all about dealing with conflict, but not the type of conflict you might be expecting. One of the biggest causes of workplace conflict is actually unspoken conflict. That's right. When you hear the word conflict, topics like toxic behaviors or incivility might come to mind, and those are certainly real and all too common issues. But at least as often, the conflicts bogging down teams and hurting workplace cultures are the unspoken ones, the things we don't say. Let me demonstrate what I mean with a story, adapted from an actual BetterCulture client. At a busy office, phones are ringing, clients coming and going. Two receptionists run the front desk. Their names are Lisa and Maria. They sit shoulder to shoulder every day. Same job, same space, same stress. And over time, their relationship starts to crack. Lisa wants to keep her head down and grind through the work. She's focused, efficient, and takes pride in making sure every task is wrapped up neatly by the end of the day. But she's frustrated. Why? Because Maria is constantly striking up conversations, asking coworkers about their weekend, celebrating somebody's kid's big soccer game, swapping stories about family. It's all nice stuff. But in Lisa's head, she's thinking, we've got people waiting, tasks piling up, and I'm stuck here losing focus when I just want us both to get this work done. Maria, on the other hand, is more relational. She thrives on connection. She makes people feel welcome, cared for, seen, and she's not oblivious. She notices Lisa's quiet sighs, the side eyes, even the occasional eye roll. None of it's said out loud, but Maria can feel it. And what she feels is judgment. In her head, it's, Lisa must think I'm lazy. She must think I don't care about this work. I just want the office to feel warm and connected, but I'm always feeling judged by Lisa when I'm trying to make others feel welcome. And here's the kicker. Neither one of them says a word to the other, not once. Instead, they let this silent frustration build until eventually both go to their manager. Lisa said, I feel like I'm carrying too much of the workload here because there's so much side conversation and it's wearing me out. And Maria says, I feel like I don't matter. No matter what I do, Lisa's frustrated with me. I don't want to feel judged every time I try to connect with people. The manager knew she could not ignore this. She scheduled short one-on-one meetings with each of them to set up a structured, professional conversation. Here's what she said in those private meetings. Listen, I know you're frustrated, and I know your coworker is frustrated too. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring you together so you can talk directly, not about each other, but with each other. When we meet, I want you to start by acknowledging something you genuinely appreciate about the other person. For example, Lisa, you might say, I really do appreciate how well you know our coworkers and how much interest you take in their lives. Sitting next to you makes me feel connected every day. And Maria, you might say, I admire your work ethic and the way you make sure every task is wrapped up neatly by the end of the day. And I want to do my part too. Start with respect, start with gratitude. Then we'll get to the harder stuff. She also gave them a couple simple ground rules. Lisa would focus on how the behavior impacted workflow, not on Maria's personality. And Maria would listen without interrupting and then share her perspective. That way the conversation would stay respectful and productive. When they finally sat down together, the manager set the stage like this. Thank you for being willing to do this. You both care about this workplace, and you both want to do a great job. Here's how we're going to run this conversation. First, you'll share one thing you genuinely appreciate about the other person, and then we'll talk about where things have been difficult and how we can make it better. It's not about blame. It's not about winning. It's about surfacing something that's been unsaid so we can move forward stronger. And then she stepped back. She didn't referee. She didn't take sides. She simply created the space for the unspeakable to be spoken. The conversation began with appreciation, and that made all the difference. Lisa admitted that when things get busy, she feels stressed when conversations keep popping up. Maria acknowledged that she probably does get a bit too social on occasion, and that she didn't realize how much it was distracting Lisa. And then she added something important. She said, I don't ever want it to feel like I'm not carrying my weight. I want to do my share of the load. I also want to make sure people feel cared for while we're working. And here's the big realization. What they were in conflict over wasn't about weaknesses or character flaws. It was about their unique strengths overextended a bit. Maria's warmth, her ability to connect, her gift for making people feel welcome, those are incredible strengths in an organization. But pushed too far, they come at the expense of grinding out focused hours of work. Lisa's work ethic, her drive to finish tasks and keep everything buttoned up, is also an incredible strength. But pushed too far, it means missing the tone in the room and her needs and the needs of her colleagues. Strengths and weaknesses are often two sides of the same coin. And once Lisa and Maria saw it that way, the frustration turned into understanding. The tension eased, the vibe shifted, and the office started to hum again. Here's maybe the best part. A few weeks later, Lisa and Maria weren't just coexisting, they were actually having fun with each other about these differences. Every now and then, Lisa will joke, Maria, you coming to work today? And Maria will smile, wrap up her conversation, and refocus. And sometimes Maria will tease back, Lisa, do you think you could tear your eyes away from that spreadsheet just for a sec? I just heard some exciting news. And the truth is, they're both better for it. And so is their office culture. So what's the leadership lesson? It's this. As a leader, you can't let unspeakable conflicts just sit there and fester. You have to create a structure for people to face them directly. Notice what this manager did. She prepared people individually. She gave them a positive script to start with. She set simple, useful ground rules. She reminded them that strengths can double as weaknesses. And then she stepped back so they could own the resolution. That's real leadership. Because conflict is inevitable, but handled well, it doesn't have to be destructive. It can actually make your team stronger than before. So here's my challenge for you. Think about your team. What's the unspeakable right now? What's the thing everybody feels, but no one says? And what would happen if you set the stage for people to talk about it respectfully, directly, and with appreciation at the start? When you do that, you'll find what Lisa and Maria found. The tension fades and trust grows. And sometimes your people even learn to laugh together about the very differences that once divided them. And that's what great culture and great leadership is all about. Thank you for tuning in to this Leadership FastBlast. I should share that the concept of addressing unspeakables is just one of BetterCulture's 20 tenets of culture. It's actually tenet number 19. If you're interested in learning what the other 19 tenets of healthy teams and cultures are, you can visit 20tenets.com. That's TENETS.com. Or even better, you can sample 2 of these 20 tenets for free with a whole bunch of premium additional team and culture building resources by downloading BetterCulture's Culture Kickstarter Pack. Just search for Culture Kickstarter Pack on your favorite internet browser of choice, or look for the link in the show notes. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to rate, share, and subscribe. Take care. Want to take the next step to building a stronger culture? We're offering a free 15-minute Better Culture strategy call directly with me. We'll take the time to help you identify real opportunities to make your workplace better. No sales pitch, just real advice to help you lead better. Grab your time right now at betterculture.com/free call. Let's make something even better together.